Let's try this again. And of course my battery's low. I just dropped for no reason. Oops.
Guess I misread the landing.
You're fine, Alphen. Yes, we know a big bad monster. We know.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing. Here it comes! Focus! On your toes, everyone!
Take this! Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it! You're mine! Radiant! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara! Here goes! Let's go!
It's over!
Here goes!
Try harder! Not a chance! You're finished!
Lightning! In here!
Thank you, carved through armor!
More for destruction! Magic is in!
Burn in hell!
Here I go!
Heal! Take this!
I'm only getting started! Let's get you all tucked away!
Take this! Crescent's block! It's over!
Lunar Corruption! Blazing Cascade!
Run!
Back in here! Magna Ray! Get on in there with the others!
No escape!
Field!
Take this!
Release the deity! Thank you!
Take this! Tornado
Here,
block!
let me help.
Let's go!
Run!
Where are you going?
Benediction, take this!
You're mine!
Will this help?
Sword Rain Alpha! It's over!
Healing
Take
Circle!
this, everlasting stuff! I'll smash you!
Power
It's on! Negative
Why'd you heal me?
To stop me dying?
Take this! Burn in hell!
air pressure! Resonate
It's
with the
over.
earth!
Take this! Strike!
Green
Let's get
days
you off the
You're mine!
rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine! It's over!
Here goes!
You're mine!
Lunar corruption! Raging cascade!
Amazing.
Here! Lunar corruption!
Far enough! No escape!
Lunar blast!
Captivity.
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Lunar corruption! It looks like you got this one covered.
Here I come! You're finished!
In here! Lunar corruption!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you! Now we're not... Healing
You're
circle!
mine!
Here's another!
I owe you one!
One more!
Sword
Raging
Rain Alpha!
cascade!
It's
This
time!
one's mine!
I owe you one!
You're mine.
Let's get you out of the way!
You!
A scream.
It's over!
You apart. Bloody hell.
You're mine!
I'm all thumbs up! It's showtime!
Ignite! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
In
ball.
here! Here's the evil! Lord Hellfire! Here goes! Leave the torches to me! When did it start? Here goes! Here's a not in your dreams! Here's a healing
I'm
arm!
not done!
First
Sword
raging
Ray Alpha!
cascade!
You're mine! It's over!
Free fire! It's showtime! Raging cascade!
Take this. I'll smash you.
Get on in there!
Here I come! You're finished!
Healing circle! It's showtime!
what I really gotta do.
You're finished!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
You're mine! No further! It's over! I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Take this! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn in hell!
Begin. The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Take this!
Shattering of it. Pieces.
Seal!
Strike!
More for the stockpile! Hold on to your arms! Here I come! Raging cascade! What?
Take this!
In here!
Take this!
Let's get you out of
Sword Rain Alpha!
Seal!
I'm not
More for
done!
the stockpile! Catapult! Water your magic is there! Seal!
Resonate with the earth.
You're mine!
Here goes!
Take this! I'm
Whoa!
not done!
Hey! One at a time!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In here! Healing circle! I'll be saving
No
this one!
escape!
Can't be happening!
Take this! You'll pay for
No
that!
further.
This one's all mine! Burn!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Doubling! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Anything in armor is all mine. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation.
I can't...
Here come more. You'll just have to keep fighting.
Try harder!
So you want me, do you? The enemy wields armor
Now
too. See what I can
You'll
do.
soon see about that!
Take this!
Mega ray!
It's over!
Dance on the wind.
In here!
Take this! It's over!
Here's a healing art!
Let's go!
Just let them
Try
go!
harder! Not a chance!
I never miss!
Here I come!
You're nearly done for.
Lunar corruption! Here goes! Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
I'll heal you all!
I can handle it.
Healing circle! I owe you, Sion.
Healing is what my arts do best.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Denied. I'm ready.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Not a chance! You're finished!
What are you targeting here?
I'm ready! This one's mine!
Take this.
Lunar corruption! Raging cascade!
In a bind.
Sleep now! Do it! Let's get you up!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Just a little CP.
Reinforcements incoming.
Not a problem!
Leave the charge.
Here's the evil!
Far enough.
It's showtime!
Glaze over fear.
Here's the evil! It's in the sky and mine! I never miss! Thanks so much! No more Miss Nice Girl! There!
End like this.
Stay away from my friend!
Raging cascade! In here!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished
It's
soul
over.
with life. Being interrupted.
Cuts away. Magic is there!
Here I come!
In here!
You're finished!
No further.
Oh, really? Oh, you still shit.
Here I come!
I can carve through armor. The wicked.
Not a chance!
Resonate with the earth.
You're finished!
Stalagmite.
Here's a raging cascade!
Here, let me help.
I'm gonna need more.
Go get raging cascade! Sleep now!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll be saving this one! Magic is there!
No escape! Sword Rain
Out
Alpha!
field! Not on my watch! I'll heal you all! In here! I'll heal you all! Get on in there with the others!
Take this! Okay, here I come!
I couldn't make it in time.
Get on in there with the others! Here goes! All right!
Execution.
Raging cascade! In here!
Take this.
More for the
Now we see what I can do. Another incantation ruined.
What was I thinking?
Forgive me.
To me.
Not in your dreams!
I'll bring you back from death to
Here I
life.
come! This one's all mine! Ignite!
Raging resuscitation! Seal!
Will this help?
Bananas, let's go! Healing circle! Raging cascade! Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us.
I'll be safe.
You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right! I still not fighting me yet! Sleep now!
Here!
No further.
More where that came from! Take that, raging cascade! In here!
Bring you back from death to
This will
life.
come in handy!
Not now, not now.
Forgive me.
I'll bring you back from death to life.
No, 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 no.
Leave the torches to me.
That's gonna smart!
Far enough.
Ignite!
Raging cascade!
You're mine!
More for the stockpile!
It's in your hands
More
now.
where that came from! Raging cascade!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Don't mind if I do!
Take this!
Thank you, Sohane.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
You're ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Raging cascade! In here! Radiant Aegis!
No further!
Here!
It's over!
Alright!
On your
Nothing gets by me.
benediction.
What, I walk right into the...
Yours to be let free!
Hold on to your heart. Let me help. Here I come!
Now I can try harder! My turn!
Appears the end is nigh.
Here I come! I'm ready! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lightning! Downfall!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging cascade! Sleep now!
My reach is even wider.
Downfall!
Try harder!
It's in your hands now.
Ready? Here's another! Raging cascade!
I can carve through armor.
In here!
You're mine!
Bring you back from
More
death
for
to
the
life.
stockpile!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Leave the torches to me. Denied.
This one's mine! Not in your dreams!
This one's all
This one's
mine!
mine.
Raging cascade!
Burn in hell!
Here I
My
go.
turn!
Go!
Try
Sleep
harder!
now! I'm only
My
getting
turn!
started!
I'm not done!
Maybe this one.
I'm ready! Rima!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Will this help?
Heal!
Sorry to
Healing circle! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Thanks.
Look sharp for him.
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender.
No.
We won't... Retreat, not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down! Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared
Okay.
the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Another skill panel piece. And a key. Hey, okay, anybody else?
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way.
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on civilians is the last thing we need.
Well, no rest for the wicked, right? Though with 1 down and 3 to go, it sounds like our headache is just beginning.
Yeah, you're about right, Law.
I like the opportunity to flex your muscles.
Against those things? It's not like I have a death wish. Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world. Dying stupidly
Yeah,
won't be much
try
help
and try
to
and
the
last night to
cause.
beat the fucker. Couldn't beat him.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that logic. Sorry.
Could've been worse. Could've been like the one time. Can I try? No.
Oh yeah, yeah, with
Like,
the
there's
fighting
no
game ahead.
chance
Yeah.
we could've beat it anyway. I had a basically run.
Hey, is that it over there?
I want that so hard. Okay, here we go. Tink. Using all my money to make swords, just so I can get a better sword.
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Makes sense since they're on the same wavelength.
You're making me blush over here.
Law, maybe you should consider what that statement actually means.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
To the ship! The ship! How did I go through a fire monster get to a ship?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
It's just mossy
Damn.
overgrown.
I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
I agree with Law. I hate waiting.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
No. You think that's worked over the past 300 years?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Lost in thought, Xion? I don't understand how they could sleep like that either, but okay.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion.
Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
I don't know why Xion's gonna take the ship. No.
Wait a second.
Girl, no.
Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
No, you won't.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
But you can't. You like Alphen too much to shoot.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time. The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not.
They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death.
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan.
But no, it's
Then
not.
I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to...
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well.
Then we'll stop the
It
darkness.
was only
Simple.
a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis. When the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens...
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Dahnans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
You want it to feel human?
Living for the sake of dying is still better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Elfen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
Toodle!
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn.
Yeah. The best worst quality trait ever.
Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the
Good, no
complete
answer.
picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't
that
you?
damn bug, too.
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Both.
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then,
She didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Yep, okay. Wrong direction.
Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the Blazing Sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people.
That's what people should do, but...
Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then, I realized... I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore.
Good.
I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
First, I gotta talk to my merchant buddy.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Well, but I think I spent a lot of money. That's what it's trying to tell me. First things first, before going to Lenegis, we save.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
No, be quiet, Doalima. We literally just ate not too long ago.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which,
You'll be
Alphen,
fine.
this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means
Take that,
owl
Law.
in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shionne's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Whee! You know what's gonna happen when the 300-year-old ship goes back to Lenegis? They're gonna be like, what the fuck is that piece of ancientness? You know? I mean, because that's be a reliquate to them.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Dahnans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there.
And I'll probably still get lost.
Controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though. You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Of course.
It is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
Am I gonna have to fight Valoran when I get up there? I hope not.
Darling.
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
You brushed me off!
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dahna.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse.
That's when I left.
Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this together.
Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dahna in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
He doesn't have to like a starship, you know? Kisara! Kisara! Why do you have to be so all the way back here, Kisara?
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a sleeper pod.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? Would that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Dahnans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
And back to Doling we go.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
People?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dahna. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dahna even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Dahnan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shionne?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dahna, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
As long as I don't have to fight her and Voram at the same time.
The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
Okay,
If there are
Voram.
clues about your thorns out there, Shionne, we'll find them. There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis' infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now
We
what?
will.
We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
Answers?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time?
You should be into records as being a sovereign, so...
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
I guarantee you will, because he's probably into records of being a sovereign.
Shionne's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renins. The capital...
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
Way to go, Shionne.
So how many Renins actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
Like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Oh, okay, I got it. You think it'd be an automatic door, not? I mean, damage. Man, looks like some shit went down.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
Zoogles!
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
Do you think they care?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the
I
same
wonder if
as ever.
Gorm's a clone of the Alphen.
I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself, okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What?
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just... unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
Go, go, go!
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renan vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Your lordship. Oh, what
You know,
a
it's pretty
great
much like
honor
Law
it is
Lake
to finally
Shield.
meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
Oh, red,
like,
eh?
meh.
No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time. Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least.
Yeah, because I could have headed to the bright light by myself.
In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Walk towards the light. Can I walk towards the light? No.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ylcaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same.
Fucking bro.
I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ylcaris House has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
No, Mr.
Not
Chucky,
to
we
this
hidden.
extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zeugle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Dahnan. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony
possible.
can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
Volron.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dahna, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
I was trying to go towards it later earlier, but no, y'all didn't want to have anything to do with it.
I didn't realize Renan suppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Dahnan city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
No, the Jedi mind
For
trick.
all we know,
You've not seen
she
the Red
might be able
Woman.
to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alphen and Law all of a sudden? I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Who's over here? I just have to look first. Okay, just of course, now the path's blocked off. Not blocked off, man.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around,
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
it feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Oh my god. Guard. Hmm?
Yes! Yes!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then. Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Hey, Blondie.
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danicks?
Because he was a jerk, probably.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The...
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Ah!
Seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Dahnan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Money! Let me move, please, thank you.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current Sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former Lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming Sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over Holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the Sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the Motherland, Sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
No.
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelegion, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Corps existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Well, that's what I was trying to do long until I got interrupted by the chatting.
Doe?
Faria.
Faria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dahna already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnagin to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Dahnan rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Crikey. And there goes the controller.
Dohalim. I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
No, we got a cranky Dohalim, yay!
Hey, didn't we find a recipe that...
Yeah, we can use this for it.
Yay, more cutscene!
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority, and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Dahnans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shionne's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shionne. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
I want that sword so freaking bad. I want these swords so bad. Why is there another sword? Treats? Ooh, treat. Treats. Ooh. Do 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 do. I don't have enough money again. Luis!
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elder Menancia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
You're my harder! Armor won't save you!
Sealed!
The enemy wields arcs. His armor is
You'll
too
soon
strong.
see about that!
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. I forgot to turn your guys' swords back on.
I never miss! Can't be swerved! More than a red rod for
Nothing back! Here I go! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Blaze of the wind! Pierce evil!
In the wind!
See what I can do!
My shield! Take this!
Here!
Eat this!
Lightning to death!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Take this!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there,
jeez.
but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
Duh.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red One, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Shut up, like, block me. Door. The wall, the door, the kitchen, the door, a wall. And then you decide to flip-flop it, like, make it like that's a common way of walking the door. It's like that way of the kitchen, like, kitchen wall,
I hope I don't have to fight you.
Oh my god, where's the water? I can't believe they got that done in a day. Why wouldn't they get that done in a day?
I won't forgive you!
Wall.
Not in your dreams! By the power of water!
You know, right?
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
You're finished!
First aid is
Ready and ready!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Save you, yeah! And the pummel is to me!
Nothing gets pierce evil!
Try harder!
Far enough!
My turn! Coyote one! Burn in hell!
This one's mine!
Sword rain out!
That'll bring you down! Lunar
You're
corruption!
mine!
Devastating wall!
You're mine! It's over!
Burning strike!
First
aid! Astral energy!
No further!
Strike!
Lightning! Downfall!
Sword rain out! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Burning
Soaring cloud! It's over! Burn in hell!
Weak astral energy! Get to the wind! I can handle it! Leave now!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
Lightning and death! Thunderblade!
Dance on the wind! It's over!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
New thing.
Generally known as crop, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna. Bye bye!
You know.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
This won't be easy.
Why is he here? I ran past him, why?
I never miss!
Take down their defenses!
Here I go!
No further!
Out of the way! Blah, 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 burn it down! Radiant
You're finished! I'll grind you into dust! Here I come! Elusive beam! Take this! It's over! Bathed in blood! Go fire! Oh, no! That's you!
Raging storm! Stop! Not in your dreams!
Negative!
Another incantation ruined.
It's over! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
The blade inside is yours! Deity let free! You're finished! Where did I finish?
Benediction light. Reflection light. This one keeps
Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Let the marksman handle this! Healing circle! I never forget!
Why'd you put a healing circle all across the way for me?
I can carve through armor!
Sleep now. I'll heal you. More for the
An astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
being interrupted.
Ready to go.
You're mine!
We natural energy.
Will this help? Denied!
Here goes.
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
I'll heal you all. Healing not on my watch.
This
No
one's all
further.
mine!
First aid.
I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight! You're finished!
Release! Light.
You're mine!
Photon speed to the wind. Here. Sleep
Try
now.
harder! Sword Rain Alpha!
Benediction
I
light.
have no limits! You're mine! Try harder!
Take to the fray.
You're mine!
That'll bring you down.
You're finished! Sword Rain Alpha!
Ready and rare.
Light astral energy.
You!
More here.
Take this!
Lightning. Dash to the wind.
Glacial spear.
Piercing. Freeze laser.
Ready to go.
Here comes lightning and
Who's next?
lunar corruption. Illuminate the sun. Come forth the holy glimmer. Holy river. Lunar corruption.
Here I
By the
come!
power of water.
Take this!
Lightning not on my watch. Raging cascade.
Eat dirt!
Mega ray. Sleep now.
You're mine!
It's go time. Lightning condensed.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Thunderblade. Now lock and load.
Prepare to be seen! You're mine!
Holy ray.
I owe you one.
Do it.
More! Look sharp!
Lightning thunderblade. Lightning. Downfall.
Bathed in blood.
Radiant fire.
You a bloody howler.
You're mine!
Resonate with the
Illuminate
earth.
the dark.
Here I come!
Healing. If it's in the sky, it's
In the
mine.
bind.
Take this!
Just where are you going?
Leave the charges to me.
Bathed
You're
in
mine!
blood.
Corruption.
Sword Rain Alpha!
By the great astral energy. Illuminate the sky.
It's over!
Holy land.
Take this! You're finished! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! You picked the wrong fight!
Here
You're
goes.
mine!
Not on my watch.
It's over!
Annihilation.
Ah!
Mega illuminate.
Down! Sword Rain Alpha!
Holy
Raining
land.
Slash!
Laser sight.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Rising Falcon! Sword Rain Alpha!
I'll be taking the healing art.
I'll smash you! Now! No escape!
Where that came from?
Thank you.
Lunar corruption. Dance in the wind. Air.
Try harder! My turn! Here I come! Raining coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all. Here goes. I'm ready.
Here I come!
I never miss.
You're finished!
Sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me. Into the shadows.
Burn!
Mega ray.
I owe you one! I'm not done!
Hear me. Flame
Sword Rain Alpha!
burning
you! Take this! Take this!
Here's your dreams.
Try harder! My turn! Strike! Heal! Thanks!
By the power of water! Wind astral energy! Photon blast! Dance in the wind!
Sword Ring
Fury!
And more than will burn out! The flame inside is yours to be let free! Not today!
Dance in the wind! Freeze! In here!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Healing energy! Ready to go!
I owe you one!
Far enough! More with that! Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous! I never miss! Here goes! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I've been doing really great lately.
Ah, I think I could sneak by the corner there.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now you'll learn!
How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Take it! You're finished!
Anything in armor is all.
It's over! Hitting fire! Take this! You require a hand. Take this!
Gemini Aqua! Dance in the wind!
Burn in hell! Take that!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Photon!
Now! You're mine!
Denied!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Coming through! Try harder! Try harder! Now!
Where are you going?
No escape!
Lightning orb! More of that! Here's the healing orb!
Can you take it? Elusive deity! Shattering of pieces! Eagle ray! Now you see what I can do!
There!
Take
One
this!
more!
Can't get out of this! You're finished!
Raging Cascade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In here!
The Tempest
More
is
of the
Take
Power
this!
Blast!
On your knees! Not a chance!
Will this help? Lightning
You're
orb!
finished!
More of that!
And more that can all burn out! Try harder! Blood! Now! You're mine! You're finished!
Rain down and purify!
Try harder! My turn! Elusive deity! Try harder!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
I'll thank you! Not so fast! Dance in the wind! It's on! Ignite!
That'll bring you down!
Air pressure! Sword Rain Alpha!
Will this help?
Raining slash! How about this?
Here's enough
Soda!
dance in the wind! Need to pull my
Negative
heart here!
destruction! Resonate with the earth!
Not on my watch!
Try harder! Now!
Armor won't save you!
Strike!
Help this!
Try harder!
You require a hand.
Into the
Take it!
shadow! Lightning condemned!
Can't get out of this! It's over!
Thunder!
Not today!
Annihilate!
Take this!
Hey, power in the wind! Feel! Reload!
I'll grind you into dust!
Raging Cascade! In here! Downfall!
Resonate with the earth!
Rocked and red!
Might!
Burning! Blade, this one's mine!
You're mine!
More
Blow away!
bloody holiday! Ready!
You're mine! I'm knocked up! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! I'm knocked up!
Blazing Cascade!
Eat this!
Here!
You're mine!
Mega Ray!
It's over!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Mega Ray!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Do not! Hands in the wind! Feel! I'll be reading this one!
You're finished!
Healing circle! Shining supernova!
You're mine! It's over! Rain!
Lightning orb! Dance in the wind! Here's the evil! In here! More for the stockpile! Photon blast! More where that came from! Thunderbolt! Illuminate
You're mine! Elusive deity! Rising water!
Hitting pile drive! Healing arc!
Raining
First
blast!
aid!
This one's all mine!
Illuminate the
Not
Mega
today!
Ray! Holy Glimmer!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Radiant Holy
Blow
Blast!
away!
Arc Shield!
Will this help?
Confiscated!
No
This
escape!
one's mine!
Never
Shining
see what I can
supernova!
do!
Far enough! Raging Hurricane! Hear me! Flame of
No
fury!
escape!
Burning Earth!
Crescent Flash!
Into the shadow! Thunder Field! Mega Ray! Raging Cascade!
On your knees! Don't be carried away!
Field!
You require a
More
hand.
for the
Can't
healing
get out
arc!
of this!
I'm ready! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
My concentration is dwindling. Perhaps I'm tired.
Gotta break through! Bring him down! Not today! Take this! Stop! Stop! I'm knocked up! Armor won't save you! Take this! On your knees! This one's all mine! Burn! Resonate with the eye!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Fire support! Sword Rain Alpha! I have no limits!
Now for the
Sword Rain Alpha! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help. First aid!
Fall back!
Raising Blow!
In a bind? Not today!
Here, let me help.
You're mine! I'll thank you!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Here, let me help. I'm ready. First aid!
Locked and loaded! You're mine!
Denied!
You're finished!
Take
this! You're finished! I can carve through one! Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
They really made us work for that one.
Goodbye, guys. Ah, shite.
Go no further!
I see one, eh?
Dance in the wind! Here goes! Not in your dreams!
That makes me the thorn in our side.
Let the marksman handle
Sword
this!
Rain Alpha! Not today!
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
I'll be saving this one! Here's a hidden
Try harder! Now! Here I come! Try harder! No chance! Take this! Fire support! You're not trying! Not a chance! No escape! Leave the charges to me! I owe you.
Far enough!
Anything in armor is on! Armor won't save you! Take this! Can you take it? Elusive deity! Take it! You're finished! Ignite! Take this! You're finished! Try harder!
Everlasting
Here I come! Bombardment!
Used too much.
You're finished!
Will this help? This one's mine! That'll bring you down! We have no energy!
You're mine!
Will this help?
Take this! Take this! Sword Rain Alpha! Radiant Blast!
Here! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I can handle it!
Damn it! Burn in hell!
I'm far enough! More with that!
You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Alternate with you! My deal? You're finished!
Raging
Here I come!
More with that!
It's over!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
No escape!
Illuminate the dark!
Resonate with you! Here I come!
Not on my watch!
It's over!
Sweet dreams!
Take this! It's over!
Astral energy!
We're not finished! Here I come!
Air thrust! Light astral! Illuminate the dark! 7 years! This one's mine!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Leash bug.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Tiny did a clone.
What?
What the?
Memories. Memories of yesteryear.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imeris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That vision was a damn memory.
Speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imeris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dahna's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, If it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
My guess is a boss fight, considering I'm in a circle right there. I guess I'll give a crack at it before I stop. There's going to be some bitchy ass boss fight, I guarantee it.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Puppet! Tyrannosaurus.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control symbols like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the symbols, then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot. Strike!
Glacial Spear!
No further! Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! You're mine! Sword Lane Alpha!
Glacial Spear!
Here I come! It's over!
Light astral energy! More where that came from! Illuminate the field! Reload! Confiscate! Lunar Purple! Tempest
Here I come! It's over!
Tunnel! Illuminate the dark! Come forward!
Sword Lane Alpha!
I'm out of ammo! What?
You're finished!
Annihilation!
Anything in armor is all mine. Armor won't save you. Ready to go.
Go get it!
That'll bring you down.
Take that!
You're mine!
Light astral energy!
Here I go.
You're mine!
You're mine!
Chinese supernova! Dance in the wind! Field! More for the top!
Here I come!
Take this!
I'm not done!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Freedom!
Try harder! Wow! You're mine!
Far enough.
Escape!
Supernova! Here goes!
Take this!
Confiscated! Mega Ray!
You're finished! Not today!
Another incantation ruined.
Chinese supernova! Light astral
Sword
energy!
Alpha!
They
Sleep
smite
now,
with
Light
Dragon
astral!
Blade!
More for the
Blow
stockpile!
away!
Healing
Take this!
circle! Thanks! Just what I If it's in the sky, it's mine!
You're mine!
This one!
Here!
Here!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
You're finished!
I'll be saving this one!
Blue escape!
Mega Ray!
Sword Rain Alpha!
By the power of water! Mega Ray!
Crush!
Ready to go! Denied! I'll heal you!
You're mine!
Shining Supernova! Photon! Lightning Condemned!
In a bind?
Thunderblade!
Ignite!
Illuminate the dark! Come forward! Holy, here goes!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Not on my watch!
Soaring blast!
Begin! Astral energy! Here's the healing arc!
It's go time!
Illuminate the dark!
Carve through! Knock it into next week! You're mine!
Gemini Alpha! Holy
Sword Rain Alpha! You're mine!
Glacier Field! Here's the evil!
You're mine! You're finished! Raining Slash!
I never miss!
You're mine!
Ready to go! Radiant Pierce!
You're mine!
Denied!
You're finished!
Gemini Alpha!
Ghost you! It's over! Not today! Rotating fire! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it! Air thrust!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help!
Take this! You're finished! Blow away!
Raging Storm!
Raining Slash! Blow away!
Ready! Lightning!
Anything in armor is over! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Down and purify it! Lightning Condemned! Power of water! Illuminate the dark!
This isn't looking good! Take this!
By the power of
Here I
water!
come!
Here! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Elusive deity!
Nothing gets by me! Where are you going? Deny! Radiant Storm!
Burn!
Tunnel! Light
Take
Astral
this!
Raging Cascade!
It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
Flame of fury! Burning
Take this!
fire! Glacier Spear! Here's the evil! Thanks so much! Illuminate! Dark! Mega Ray! Holy Glimpse! Holy power of water!
Now you see what I can do!
Mega Ray! Lightning! Call of ammo! Through all! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one! Here goes! Reload! Here's a healer! Not on my watch! First aid! A whirling drop!
Bloody howler! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Nothing gets by me! Far enough!
Everlasting dark!
You're
Negative
mine!
gate! Now we're mine! No further!
Now through all! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Here's the
It's in your hands now. You'll pay for that! Burn in hell!
I'll turn you back from the
You're
raging
mine!
cascade!
It's over!
Anything in armor is all mine! Here's a healing art! More where that came from! First aid! Here, thrust! I'm...
Try harder! My turn!
Mega Ray! Gemini... A new lease on life!
Take this! You're finished!
Here, let me
Take
help!
this! It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
That's a bit! Ready to go! Far enough! I still got some fight with Searing Flame!
Take this!
Lunar corruption! By the lightning water! Dance in the wind! Annihilation!
Elusive
Here to heal!
Ready and ready!
Soaring blast!
Armor won't save you!
I'm ready! Dance in the wind! I never miss! Feel!
Ignite!
I'll be saving this one!
You're mine!
Lunar corruption!
You're finished!
Just what I...
Sword Rain Alpha!
Power of water! Thunderbolt! Annihilation! Illuminated clear!
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right.
Here's a healing
Still
art.
anyone's fight.
Here, let me help!
Here I come! I owe you one. now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Resonate with the order!
Deny!
Here I come!
I'll heal you all!
You're mine! Try harder!
Healing
My
circle!
turn!
Illuminate the dark!
Resonate with the shattering pieces! Attack time! You picked the wrong fight!
That move!
Here comes the big one!
I'll heal you all!
I'll blind you with a shot! I owe you!
Sorry, trouble.
You're finished!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Here goes!
Here I come!
Annihilation! Photon raging cascade!
Leave the target to me!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Lunar current astral energy! 7-eye ultra!
Take this!
Mega ray!
You're finished! Can't get out of this!
Thunder field!
You're mine! It's over!
Light astral in the wind! Air
Take this!
You're mine!
Hold nothing back!
Raging cascade!
I can carve through armor!
Annihilation! Flaming spirit! Illuminate the dark! I can't heal you forever! Light astral energy!
You're finished!
Dance in the
It's
wind!
time! You picked the wrong fight!
Healing circle!
Sword to help us!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Okay, You know, it was bad, but it wasn't bad, and she's gonna snap out of it.
Her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning! The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Knocking her unconscious.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almeidria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right?
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question.
Yep.
That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
It's your clone!
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shionne's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe... Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that? If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion!
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shionne's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent?
Leave it there for now.